Alright guys, welcome back to the most amazing gaming channel in the world. Today we're going to be going over the Season 3 healing solo Afro build. It was requested. The healing build was very odd because she's a really good mage and you just can't build pure healing. But we will get on into this. So the first thing you want to upgrade is going to be your 3. Then you're going to want to go into your 2. Then your 3. Then your 1. Now the reason why you go into your 1 is because the stun that you can get on the enemy, it's not really for the movement speed or jealousy or anything like that. Now what it is good for is, like I said, the stun, because if you can land the stun to your 3 and your 2 real quick, that's going to be incredibly helpful and help you just basically secure the kill possibly at that point. Then at this point you do want to see how the match is going and you will want to go into your 3 or the 4. Most of the time I was going into my 3. And then I'd go into the 4, come back and go into the 3, and then, you know, the ult I liked, but I didn't really see a huge need to upgrade it the very first time. So I will go and do my 2, then I'll go into my 3, and then I'll go back into my 2, my 2, my 2, and then I'll start going into the ult. Now the reason why is because at this point you'd only be sacrificing 0.6 seconds, so half a second of the ult, when in reality you could be doing a lot more damage. That's why I wait at this point. But because you won't usually be with someone, nonetheless the one should almost always be the very last one, because if you don't have the movement speed items, as soon as you give them their 20% movement speed, they're going to be breaking the link with you anyways. So then I'd go into the ult, the 1, the ult, 1, and ult as well. Now I actually start going on with the build itself, the true reason why. Let's get on in this. So the first thing you're going to actually want to grab, that's odd, confuzzled. Alright, first thing you're going to want to grab, if you're going to be in Conquest and you're going to be in something like the solo, do not go into the first build because you do need Soulstone with her. Soulstone is going to be very, very good. Now, if you go into this is 700 and Soulstone is 800, that gives you no potions. So how I start is I do go into Soulstone and then I stock up, I think, on like 5 potions of each, and it just gives you a lot of sustainability at that point. But after that, you will want to get Rod of Asclepius, then you'll want to go into Warlocks, and then as your third item, you'll go into Boots. Now, you do get 10% movement speed with Rod of Asclepius, so you really don't need to get Shoes of the Magi before, because you're only missing out on 8%, which isn't incredible. So pick that up as your third item. Then at this point, I see how the match is going. If I'm getting incredibly fed, I'll pick up Rod of Tahuti. Otherwise, I do go into Chronos Pendant. Then again, depending on how it goes, most of the time I was going into Chronos, so I do want to put that disclaimer. Then I would usually go into Rod of Tahuti as my 5th item, just to get that extra power spike and be able to let you do things. And then last one would be Gem of Isolation, just to basically slow them, land things, like, you know, the Gem of Isolation just works really well with her 3. It kind of works like Jing Jing's 1, things like that. Now, that would be my build. If you're sitting there going, well, there's not much of a healer in that, you can go ahead and you can pick up Lotus Crown. Now, Lotus Crown would, now if you are going to pick up Lotus Crown, I would basically push these back here, pick up Lotus Crown as your 4th item, then Chronos, and then Rod of Tahuti. Lotus Crown does give you that good protections, good mana, and everything like that. However, I would not recommend it. It wasn't that great because it only affects one other person. It's not really a huge AoE, such as a Sylvanas or now a Terra. So it really depends on your play style, but I most of the time would go into Gem of Isolation. If they weren't really getting away and you were able to stun them and just do an amazing job, or your team already has enough CC where it's not needed to have Gem of Iso, you could also go ahead and pick up Obsidian Shard. Obsidian Shard will be a good alternative. Just like I said, it depends on the playstyle and your team comp. If you have 4 people with CC, you yourself don't need to worry about slowing them, because it's not going to be incredible. Especially if someone already, like, say you have a Bakasura and they get Frostbound or anything like that, or anyone on the team has Frostbound, or you have an Osiris that already slows, you don't need to slow them more, so Obsidian Shard would be a good backup. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, keep in mind this is with 0 stacks on Warlocks, so it's nothing super amazing, but you can see you do some pretty good damage. And one more basic, it works pretty great. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, have yourself a fucking amazing life.